What is going on, guys? Today I'm very excited to dive into Diamedica, ticker DMAC. We're sitting at around a 360 million market cap. The shares outstanding 51.6 million current cash. They have about 22 months worth, a little over $50 million, which is a great sign that we know over the next 6 to 12 months the company has no need to dilute, to raise money, to expand that cap structure at all, which again is fantastic. And if they did need to hit that in the future, they already have an ATM with Cohen. It's 100 million. And again, a really good quality firm as well. The ownership, we see Vanguard, BlackRock, all of the big names adding stock. Actually, BlackRock added about 2% of the entire company last rebalance. So it's a really good sign looking at the company for the next 1 to 2 years moving forward, especially when we'll dive into their pipeline in a moment. What I find even more interesting is the insiders are buying stock. Actually, a lot. And this is millions of dollars worth of shares that have been purchased over the past 2 to 3 months. This is a very big deal, in my opinion. I don't ever see this, especially when we look at the large or the mega caps. This is actually unheard of. So the fact that I'm looking at an insider buy, I'm looking at Form 4s, and I'm actually seeing purchasing of stock, it's very surprising to me. This is a great sign. This is the best due diligence you could do on a stock, is when the insiders are taking their salary, they're taking their money, and they're buying back shares of the company they work for. They believe in it. They have the most inside information. They literally know the most about the company. So if they're confident, that makes me confident. So definitely keep this on your radar. Very rare sign to see this. And if you have any small caps or mid caps that have a lot of insider buying, please comment that ticker in the section below so I can make a video on it in the future. As we go into the price targets, we always want to look at what Wall Street is saying from an analyst perspective. On the low end, the target is $11, around a 56% upside, the median at 12, over 71% upside, and the high of $14, almost 100% from where the price is sitting currently. And we will dive into the chart in a moment. Now, the main thing that I want to focus on moving forward is the business. It does not burn a lot of money. That is a very big factor in looking at biotechs, especially because we know they're going to have to go through multiple FDA trials, phases that are going to cost a lot of money. So the fact that they already got that private placement out of the way, they raised $30 million. This was going back in July. There was a lot of volume in the stock, a lot of accumulation that's happened. This is a good sign. We don't want to get in the way of dilution. Sometimes for biotechs, it can get really nasty. And I've seen companies that drop 60, 70%. We're now going on 2 months away from this PR. So the stock's continuing to go higher. It's growing, it's outperforming. These are all very healthy signs of the stock finally starting to gain some traction, getting some institutional presence. And now our goal is to make retail more aware of this stock going into the end of 2025, early 2026, as we get deeper into that pipeline. Okay, and we already see back in July, they reported positive interim phase 2 for preeclampsia results. So again, I'll leave all of the links in the description below. If you want to read more, please feel free. Very, very interesting PRs and presentations over the past 8 to 12 weeks. Before we get into the chart, I just want to make one last point. Diamedica was in the Russell 2000 and the Russell 3000 at the end of June, which again is a really good sign that more institutions are naturally going to take a position, that it's going to be on more people's radar, and especially might catch the attention also of the retail shareholder. So that was at the end of June. I know it was around 2.5 months ago, but for anyone that's new and is unaware of the stock, it is now in the Russell index, which is great because we saw BlackRock add about 2% as well on that last rebalance. That could have been a factor as well. So as we mentioned before, we got past the dilution. You don't have to raise any more money. We have no worries about that at all. It's going to give them a cash runway into the second half of 2027 and enables the acceleration of industry-leading preeclampsia and fetal growth restriction pipeline. Also, we have data that's anticipated in Q2 2026. Lot to look forward to for Diamedica, ticker DMAC. Now, as we take a look at the chart, as you could see here on the monthly, it's an absolute fantastic textbook breakout. And the one thing I love about the biotechs, especially a lot of the names I've been covering recently, is they have a very common trend. We see the stock gets marked down sometime in very early 2020s, and it goes into a 3, 4 year accumulation zone. After that happens, we see a massive surge in the price as most of the stock that's remaining gets swept through the institutions, in this case, the index rebalance, and then takes it to new highs. Now, in this case, we are testing areas that have not been seen in a very long time. So, just where the price is right now, we haven't been trading in that range since 2021. And if we do end up breaking above, well, that's going to tap into levels that we haven't seen in 8 to 10 years. So now as we take a look on the daily here and we zoom in a little bit, we can kind of see like where this price is trading at around $7. You could see the last time was around June 2024. So that's 4 year high. Now, if we get above this range, let's say 1091, maybe $11 area, that's going to go all the way back to 2018. That is insane. And if we get above $13, that's going to go all the way back to 2014. So where it's trading currently and a very realistic future could be trading at levels we have not seen in a decade plus. That makes it very exciting because there's not a lot of data. There won't be a lot of resistance as we break into these ranges. And also, with the market cap being at around 360 million currently, it is very likely that the company in the near future could do a 2 to 3x, which would leave the market cap over $1 billion. So it really raises the question, is Diamedica DMAC a billion-dollar company? I want to leave you guys with this because I find it's really interesting to simplify the levels here. We want to go on a monthly to start, as we mentioned, and I want to just pay attention to this top wick here at 641. I want to draw a line out, and this could help us in the future, just in case we're going into rate cuts. We have no idea what curveballs could be thrown. If we do see a retracement, where could it possibly go? Now, I like to look on the monthly, zoom in on the weekly, and that actually lines up really, really well. And let's go on the daily really quick here. And that's actually perfect. It's right where the gap started. So we have this big pivot point that happens at the end of 2024. Very simple. And then it kind of struggles in this range for a while. So as you could see, multiple tests. It kind of gets that bull trap, that false break, comes all the way down to $3. Right back here again in August of 2025, right down. And then the gap is above this hot range. So it is possible that we can see a retracement down to 640, fill that gap, grab the last remaining liquidity that's sitting in this range, and then send the stock higher. So I always like to anticipate both scenarios. I don't want to be someone that looks only up. So this helps with people a lot as well, because if they do see it retrace, they'll be ready for it. They'll know what price to look for. And again, at 300 million plus, give or take market cap, you know on a very conservative range what's realistic and also what's probable based on the Wall Street analyst. And again, what we just showed you on the chart from a technical perspective. So that's my breakdown on ticker DMAC, DMAC, better known as Diamedica. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys are holding right now. Everything is going crazy. The large caps, the mega caps. Now we're seeing the small caps go on fire. Markets are at all-time highs. Crypto's about to turn up. We have rate cut decision this week. It is all out madness and excitement, and I absolutely love it. And if you're feeling the energy again, let me know in the comment section below. I love to hear your thoughts and opinions on what we're going to see going into the end of the week. Are we going to cut rates? Is it going to be a 50.25? Do we not cut rates? Is it a curveball? Would love to hear everyone's perspective again in the section below. But besides that, guys, have a fantastic day. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.